Blessings, yo. Just imagine the 80s experiment where they took the man out the house and had him fending for himself in the streets. He will either be addicted to drugs, alcohol, or end up with the disease, right? This is the same time that AIDS came about, right? While the mom is at home taking care and fending for the children, and the man provided all the services that she would need, whereas the man was providing. But the system was making it hard for the man to actually be at home, because this experiment is to make sure that we all stay in the lustful, greedy, and power, energy, where it doesn't matter who you step on. Just as long as you have that power and you have everything that you want and you're being lusted over, and you can lust on anybody that you want to, because it's just the way it is, type shit, right? Just imagine that experiment is still going on to this day, right? And most families were already handpicked back then, right? Just imagine your life was, man, that shit all fucking makes sense. Your life was directed where everything, was put in your way to make you seem like you were mentally insane. Just those moments that you question and ask yourself, who really is real when it comes to you, right? Or the things that you went through, who really is truly real? Because if the world is supposed to be a stage, right? And the Most High is the director, whereas it's the creator, right? And you are co-creating. But the foundation that you started off with was basically the teachers of life when it comes to what is outside of you. You get the bullying, the lies, betrayals, and all that shit, the copying, the mimicking, and all that shit, the envy, the jealousy. You learn all of it, along with the happiness, the joy, the smiles, the laughter, jokes, and all that shit, right? The love. But you learn the different definitions of love, right? And the whole sense of it is the toying of not only the definition, the tone, or the word of love is the expression of it, the action behind it. It's to keep you confused as to what really is love when it comes to love of yourself. If the man was taken out of the home and the woman was stuck in the home with the children, and he's being experimented on, and so is she, as well as the children, who will stay in the system long enough for them to be systematically erased out or deleted, right? Because of life's lessons. And we're all supposed to go through the whole, same script, different day type of shit, where everything just lines up when it comes to why me energy. So the social experiment is supposed to keep you under the distress of woe with me, because of the struggle, because of the bills, because the lack of jobs, the income, the careers, and the love life, the friendship, the lack of family type shit, right? It's supposed to make you feel as though you don't belong. You don't have nowhere to go. Only place that you can go is the system. Because they love you. They have everything for you. Everything is provided for you. Whereas they want to stand in the middle between you and the Most High. Because the getting for you or giving to you is under, specifications. You'll have a tendency, or that social experiment is supposed to keep you in the club mentality, the hood mentality. It's supposed to stay ghetto fabulous type of shit, where you're always supposed to want the money, the cars, and the hoes, the greed, the power, along with the ego that is to feed off of stepping on necks, to stay on top. That's the ones that will gawk at everybody just to stay on top, just to get that new bag, but it's still falling along the lines of the social experiment. It's like if you want to date or get into a relationship or a marriage, you're going to fall into line with those of the same patterns and behaviors as those before you. Whereas there's a comfort in the familiarities, similarities, and commonalities of what was already taught as normal, as just a common thing to do, because there's stress, there's misery, but all of it is to keep you under duress and distress, emotional distress. Because to be an individual, or to even be self-sufficient on both the masculine and the feminine side, is never supposed to be, let alone for the masculine and the feminine to meet and not only produce, but actually build away from the system, away from the entity. Never be surprised as to why things happen, you know? When things feel good or things are going good, there's either a person, people, place, or thing that is to interrupt the flow of the energy. Whether it's in your vicinity or a worldview, just to keep the energy of peace from really pushing through. Because people are set up to play a role, just to keep you from not only being you, for truly feeling the happiness within you and those around you. That's where the energy weapons come in. The magic, the spell work, you know? All it does take is, if you ever watch that movie Avatar, all it does take is to really be around the same group that has the same intentions, being in the same energy of stopping you. You gotta wonder, that energy was used to go against the enemy, but it's the enemy using the energy against those that can actually transmute the energy back in return. So they're basically fighting themselves. They're fighting the Most High when it comes to this mirrored world. Know what the Most High got you. Have a good one. Bye.